From Studio 1A in Tampa, Florida, comes a talk show that really feels your pain and tells you like it is. We love America and all that freedom-loving Americans want to protect. Live from coast to coast and on your radio, it's For the People with Keith Allen.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people. Whatever your source of stress or strife, For the People is there.
Well, hello, Mr. and Mrs. America. I am Keith Allen, and proudly welcoming you into this Friday's edition, Black Friday's edition of For the People on this November the 24th, 2017. I hope most of you enjoyed, if you were celebrating Thanksgiving. My deviled eggs came out incredible, and I do have a really funny story about it. And it really wasn't so funny. I was busy serving everyone, and then I realized after everybody was served, before I was going to serve myself, after making these beautiful deviled eggs, thanks to a lady named Priscilla, who lives in Phoenix, Arizona, gave me a great recipe, and it came out great. I forgot them. However, not completely. I went around, everybody grabbed one, and most people like deviled eggs. It went down the hatch really, really nicely. Got plenty left over, plenty of leftovers. Yes, it was mostly carbs. The traditional. What did I have? Turkey, mashed potatoes, homemade, everything homemade, stuffing homemade, sweet potatoes, all different kinds of pies for dessert. I mean, it was just ridiculous, but it was very, very good. And then I guess what's it called? Tryptophan? Something, yeah, in the turkey, they say it makes you tired. I'm convinced of that. I was just extra tired, but I was up early. Had one small turkey, then one larger turkey. I was feeding a lot of people that came over and entertained. And I just, between all of that, and I enjoy entertaining, believe it or not. It's just one of those that I enjoy cooking, and I'm the perfect dream husband, because the wife could just, stand by, and I just tell you anything I can do to just sit down, just relax. Too many cooks in the kitchen kind of thing, and I appreciate the help. But it's just, I had it under control, and everything just worked out magnificently, and I hope it did around your dinner table, and everything worked out for you. Astronauts were enjoying at the International Space Station while you were feasting on Thursday on pouches. From what we understand here at For the People, they were enjoying Thanksgiving turkey the same. But, a little differently in pouches, though. You don't want it floating around. Now, there were 3 Americans aboard the ISS, 2 Russians, and 1 Italian. You always got to put an Italian in the mix here. And they were also ripping open a single-serving bags of mashed potatoes and canned yams, or candied yams. Cornbread, that's what we didn't have, but that sounds really good. Stuffing. Oh, and should I mention we did have corn? And cranberry, yes, we did have that. Apple dessert, well, we had an apple pie. Just add water for them. Eat in bon appetit. Commander Randy Resnick said that he'll miss his wife's home cooking, but appreciates next year's Thanksgiving that much more. He'll be home. This is his second Thanksgiving off the planet. He was aboard Space Shuttle Atlantis, by the way. Commander Randy Resnick we're talking about. He was on the Atlantis. Remember that? Remember the space shuttle? November 2009 on that mission. He says, we're going to celebrate a lot like we did when we were deployed in the service. Resnick, a retired Marine colonel, said Wednesday in a televised interview, we've got some food going up here and some goodies from home. Ooh, well, that's good. So a little stuff from NASA, a little stuff from home. Resnick said that he and his wife, NASA crewmates Joe Akabi, also a former Marine, and we got Mark Vandy, a retired Army colonel, are thankful for being able to live and work in space and serve our country in another way. Celebrating Thanksgiving in space is a special treat. Vandy Van High anticipates eating lots of food and then taking a nap. I guess tryptophan works in space too, just like when we're home in Houston. So the U.S. astronauts won't have the day off, though. Yesterday, they were working, gathering with their international crewmates the evening with a big meal and then back to work. Where they say no rest for the weary, even in space. But that's got to be, your living room view, if you will, the entire planet. That's got to be just so surreal. I would guess that you would have to shut the window or put some curtains up or something like that. I couldn't concentrate. I'd just be, I guess you get used to it after a while. It'd just be so bizarre. But it's amazing the work that they do, and just reminded, 350 miles above the Earth. So if you ever look up, it's that huge international space station going around and around the planet. Pretty amazing stuff. Here's another tragic story, in case you didn't hear, about a Texas state trooper. He was killed during a Thanksgiving traffic stop out in Arroyo County, south of Dallas, yesterday, leading to a very large manhunt and further gunfire after officials encountered the suspect near Houston. They chased him there. The shooting took place in Fairfield. If you're familiar in that area, out in Texas, about 90 miles south of Dallas. And the subject was later spotted 125 miles farther in the Waller County area, and authorities have identified the suspect as DeBart Black and said that he had left the scene in a gray Chevy Malibu. And as he drove off into Waller County, located by Waller County deputy, shots had been, fired in that area off the Lido Parkway in Wyatt Chapel. Lots of police activity there. The Department of Public Safety out in Texas, whose officer was killed, had no immediate comment. Contact law enforcement, if spotted, warned officials in Navajo County, which is just north of Fairfield. Texas DPS helicopter and Waller County deputies were in pursuit, according to the Sheriff's Department. Our hearts are saddened, though. That's by the loss of our brother in blue, Waller County said. Still looking for this guy. Hopefully the manhunt ends and they find this guy. How sad on Thanksgiving. Black Friday sales. Oh, my goodness gracious. Did you go out? Did you buy something? Did you get something? I tell you, to me, online is the way to go. I did not go out Black Friday shopping. It stresses me out. To be quite honest, the traffic is ridiculous. I live in Tampa Bay, and it's not terrible compared to Los Angeles or Philadelphia, places like that. But still, people are just rushing around, and too many people. I don't like, being in the mix of all of that stuff. I mean, I know it's the fun, it's the excitement, it's getting those sales. It's like going hunting or something like that. But some people don't play very nice in the jungle, if you know what I mean. So to me, like a lot of Americans, staying home, getting online is the place to go. One of my listener friends in the Tampa Bay area emailed me this. Black Friday, it's about Black Friday, what we're talking about, because only in America people trample others for sales exactly one day after being thankful for what they already have. Something to think about. Let's read that again. Because only in America people trample others for sales exactly one day after being thankful for what they already have. You could see the point, but I also see the point in trying to save money where it might be one of those there's ridiculous sales out there. Flat screen TVs, $500 off, and some of them are just online or in-store only. And then there's the doorbuster prizes that get people to come in very early, where people have been shopping all night and not listening to For the People. They'll have to listen to For the People later on in podcast version, but that may have been you going out and shopping and enjoying it. So I see both sides of it. Yeah, do you need everything that you come out? I don't think so. But it can be fun, but I sat this one out. Now, admittedly, I might go out a little bit later on today. We'll have to see what goes on. But online sales, according to experts, surging. And this is not a big surprise. Shoppers splurged more than $1.52 billion online by Thanksgiving evening. It's a lot of money. And more bargain hunters turned up at stores this year after 2 weeks holiday season as retailers opened their doors early on the eve of Black Friday. As the start of the holiday season, consumer spending rose 16.8% year over year until 5 p.m. on Thursday, according to Adobe Analyst, which tracked 80% of the online transactions and up to 100 U.S. retailers. According to Reuters, surging online sales and a shift away from store shopping have thinned the crowds typically seen at stores on Thanksgiving evening and the day after Black Friday for the past 2 years, but a strong labor market, rising home prices, and a stock market at record highs have improved shopping appetite this year. Crowds at stores in many locations around the country were reported to be strong, according to the analysts, because there's several, and retail consultants monitoring shopper traffic across the U.S. The turnout is clearly better than the last couple of years, said Craig Johnson, president of Consumer Growth Partners. The parking lots are full and the outlet malls are busy. So this is good news, folks. Unemployment rates are down. People have more money. And like me, buying it online, which is great. You get it free shipping on most places, so you can't beat it. You get half off. You might get 25% off, 45% off, just ridiculous prices. So take advantage of some of those. A lot of people knock out their Christmas list in 1 or 2, 3 days. But the idea, you got to be smart. I have learned this years ago. And years ago, it would pain me to say this. But since I have matured to a certain degree here at 47, women are always shopping. Did you know? And not always buying. They're shopping. Good shoppers, okay? Maybe you don't have one like that. Maybe they're literally bringing stuff home and they're not looking at the price tag. But I'm talking about women who are conscientious. They're always shopping, and when you're always shopping, you will find the deals. So you just peruse line by line, or aisle by aisle. Just check and oh wow, half off. Oh, there's that dress that used to be $200. Wow, I'm going to pick it up today for $50. You can find crazy deals like that if you're always shopping. And why pay full ripping retail when you can actually get a phenomenal deal? If you're looking to save money and you're looking to buy some people some extra, gifts this year, or even a gift that you haven't sent in a long time to somebody, you have the good years, you have the bad years where you have some extra money where you can go out and just be a little bit more joyful. That's how you get it done. And you might surprise yourself. But the nice thing is if you do buy the stuff online, here's a little tip for you, okay? You want a consumer tip? Here's one. So you're buying, have the stuff shipped to your to the location rather than having to ship again and have to pay for the shipping. Ship it to the address that you want. Just tell the party at the other end you cannot open this stuff until December 25th. There you go. If they can control themselves, but there you go. You don't have to do double shipping, and you can definitely surely make sure that the thing that you ordered actually arrived perfectly on time. Now, remember I told you earlier this week that there was a threatening of the union with UPS, and that be careful when shipping because there could be a strike and your package actually may not arrive because a lot of the mechanics have threatened to strike, and they don't seem like they've come to any kind of resolution at this time. So at this time, I would say, ship right now. But if you're looking at maybe a week out, UPS probably wouldn't be the place to go. FedEx and the United States Postal Service would be the two sure bets. Worst comes to worst, UPS at this time. Right now, there's no slowdowns, according to UPS. But the strikes could happen right at the busiest time